everything comes at a cost. Remember that, right? So for that easy door that you can walk through on the right, you have to give up something initially, right? But to the outsider, that's just the easy way. You get the fame, you get the money, you get the girls, you get the happy ending, right? But you don't know what they sacrificed for that easy way, right? Drivers Mate Podcast, back with another one. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time, genuinely. Also, I just want to ask you if you could like, subscribe and share. It helps with the algorithm not to suppress smaller channels, unscripted channels by big YouTube mainstream channels, you know, paid for branding, advertising stations, right? So it not only helps me out, other creators like me, when the algorithm picks it up, these are genuine small channels that need to be seen, right? We don't get seen much, okay? So if you could do that, it would help a lot. Also check me out on Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, anything you want to reach out to me on, you can do, right? Send me a DM, send me a comment, ask me to respond to a story or something you want me to talk about, or something you want me to react to. Anyway, today I'm going to do another reaction style video. And in these videos I usually just pick a random YouTube short, you get my initial reaction, then I'll give you my opinion. Let's go.
I know this might sound crazy, but some people want to learn the hard way. It might sound crazy, but some people want to be bliss. You know, ignorance is bliss, and they don't want to know the truth. A lot of people like that. That's why a lot of people get ignorant mates. They get dumb mates. They don't want to know the truth. They don't want nobody helping them either. So they want to learn the hard way so they can say, they can play victim. Some people want to complain, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's partly true.
So,
yeah.
That's how it go a lot of times, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, that was another Alan Reillionaire video, right? So what is he saying? He's saying some people want to learn the hard way for a variety of reasons, right? Well, my opinion on it is like this. Depending on the scenario, you could say, yeah, some people just want to stay ignorant so they can play the victim. That is definitely a factor in a lot of situations in life, right? People would like to just remain ignorant to the facts or to the truth so they don't have to actually do work, right? Because to embrace freedom is to be vigilant, right? You have to be aware of what you're doing, what you're ingesting, what you're watching, everything, right? In order to actually be free, you have to work for it, right? It's not, freedom ain't free, right? You have to actually work for it. That was a clear view investigation happening there. That's interesting, isn't it? TV stuff. Anyway, yeah, so some people do have to learn the hard way, right? But I think we need to separate learning the hard way and being ignorant. They're two different things, right? Because there's a variety of circumstances that might force you to learn the hard way, right? For one, being resources and being links to outside people. If you don't have the help, if you don't have the resources, then it is essential for you, if you're going to keep trying anyway, to learn the harder way and come up the harder way. Now it has its losses and it has its benefits, right? It has its bad side and good side to learning the hard way, doing things the hard way. But at the same time, don't confuse doing things the hard way or finding out the hard way with ignorance, right? Because yes, you could be ignorant and still learn the hard way, and you could also be ignorant and still cut through life in the easiest ways possible, right? So don't confuse the two. Yes, ignorance can lead you down a harder path than necessary, but it could also, ignorance is also bliss too, right? So in certain scenarios, being ignorant and not wanting to actually learn and do things the right way will get you further in life than wanting to learn and do things the right way will, in some instances, right? Now, in terms of male and female relationships, I can see why ignorance might be bliss sometimes, right? What you don't know won't hurt you, right? And I've seen a video recently when a guy goes up to like at least about 10 different women in random places, random times, and asks them, do you have an ex that thinks you never cheated, right? And all of the women said yes, right? And that's only a small sample group, but that's just an example of how ignorance can be bliss from one point of view, right? If you don't know, it's not going to hurt you. But at the same time, that ignorance can hurt you and literally in the harder way, right? You'll have the wrong kind of relationships. You'll get misused and abused by your partner, potentially in male and female relationships, right? So yes, that would be an unnecessary hardship in a relationship, right? If you just use your discernment and be willing to learn and understand the other person first before you get involved with them, then you probably save yourself some heartbreak and some hardship. That, in that sense, I understand. Now, let's zoom out a bit away from male and female relationships, and let's give an example in entertainment or business, right? So, you're getting started in entertainment and you come to a crossroads where you can go the easy way or you can go the hard way, right? Now, we're using this as an example, right? Because there's no real easy way and there's no real hard way. They're just two different ways of doing things, okay? So, when we determine which path we're going to take, we're going to look at the pros and the cons, right? The easy way is basically a bring-in, right? Someone's going to bring us in. We're not going to have to do the groundwork. They're just going to, well, we're saying it's easy, but you don't get something for nothing, right? So you have to give something over to go the easy way, right? To get the bring-in, to get the luxuries of not having to do the groundwork, the learning, the mentorship, the crafts, working, all of that stuff, right? Everything comes at a cost, remember that, right? So for that easy door that you can walk through on the right, you have to give up something initially, right? But to the outsider, that's just the easy way. You get the fame, you get the money, you get the girls, you get the happy ending, right? But you don't know what they sacrificed for that easy way, right? Now, the hard way is the hard way for a reason, right? It means you're gonna have to grind, you're gonna have to learn, you're gonna have to be disciplined, you're gonna have to show up even when things aren't working, and there's not gonna be anybody to hold your hand and bring you through the door like on the easy path. But you sacrifice on the hard path too, right? You sacrifice your time, your effort, learning everything, whereas you would have to learn one thing to walk through the easy way, right? So there's pros and cons in both sides of this. So yes, in some situations in life, the hard path is the honourable and required thing to do, and in other situations, the easy path, learning, not having to learn and just being brought in, is also the right thing to do, right? And the honourable thing to do sometimes, right? But like I said, it's subjective, it's scenario based. You tell me what you think, right? Do you have to be hard-headed sometimes, or can you just concede to someone else's knowledge or someone else's influence and go the easy way, right? Is there a time for both? What do you think, right? Now, this is very surface what I've said and what I've discussed as a whole, right? But yes, ignorance is bliss and it's good sometimes, but other times you must endure the hardship, right? You must be solidified, you must go through the fire to be purified and come out with everything you want on the other side, right? Because it's not always the destination, it's the journey. Yeah, we've heard it 100 times. It's not always the destination, it's the journey, right? And you may miss the journey if you go the easy way, right? Vice versa, okay? So that's my 2 cents on that, right? I can't really tell you what's right and what's wrong. It's up to you, but you must be discerning all the time, right? And remember, if you're going to take your life into your own hands, your destiny that is, and do things the way you want to do it, you must be vigilant, you must be responsible, and you must think things through, right? Because your choices have effects, they have consequences, your actions and inactions, right? The easy path or the hard path, all comes down to you, right? So you tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, please like, subscribe, share. It helps a lot in the algorithm. Small channels to permeate the internet. Keep freedom of speech free, right? Real people, real scenarios, real things, right? Drivers Mate Podcast, thank you for your time. I appreciate you tuning in. Check me out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Patreon. Now you can request a video be made, or you can just see exclusive content, stuff that's not on YouTube yet and may never come to YouTube, because you know it's a bit techie with YouTube land. We can say certain things and we can't say other things, right? The algorithm will pick it up and be like, no, he's saying too much truth. Maybe, right? Maybe not, right? We don't know, yeah? But anyway, check me out on Patreon. Give me a shout out if you can. I would appreciate it, right? Drivers Mate Podcast, thank you for your time. See you later.